Hello and welcome back everybody to a Coach Spartan session. So we're going to be talking about how to hold and do a basic setup on Lair top floor, Master Office and R6 room. This setup can be used for all ranks, and I'll just be going through why I've recommended this setup and why we're reinforcing things and putting head holes and rotates where they are. So for this setup, we're going to need 10 reinforcements, 2 rotates, and there's going to be 5 power positions that not all 5 players have to sit, but can rotate between those power positions. I would also recommend a wall denial like Bandit or a Mute, sight denial such as a Goyo or a Malusi, and then finally a Fenrir. Starting over in operational room and the Mez side here, we have reinforcement on the left and head holes on the right. Now the reason we do it this way and not the reverse way is with this reinforcement on the left, it allows someone to be able to play in Mez and be a bit more protected. It means you can swing out on the left side, be a bit more protected from the window, as well as just hold the right side doorway through these head holes. What this also means is if someone is playing on this back power position, which I'll go through in a second, you can also hold the doorway and the walk in to help anyone playing there from this long angle. So this would be the first power position as well. This is a very high traffic area. A lot of teams like to go for an obs push or come up the Mez side here. So just having someone play here, very powerful. The next thing to note is I've double reinforced the mask wall here. Reasoning is, if this wall gets opened up and someone gets obs control, it means they then have an angle directly into the office and then R6 room. So very dangerous for the defenders if they lose this area. But then also if they open up our outside balcony wall, which we're also always going to double reinforce 100%, and you want the bandit or a mute jammer on this wall. If this gets opened up and someone is playing here and there's head holes along this mask wall, it means they're not safe anymore. They can get shot from outside the building and get pinched from all different angles. So you want to keep this double wall closed as much as possible. So Master Office, with these double reinforcements that I was just talking about, this position can be very strong. So if they take obs side or they start taking Mez and down the lobby stairs, you have a safe place to play in the reverse side. Same with if they open this wall up, which I'll go through in a second, why we want to reinforce that just for a basic setup, but it allows this entire backside to be safe for a defender to sit. You can also run back and forth between here and the desk. So as we start to head over to R6 room, we have head holes here. Reasoning, if they open up any of the mask wall or if they open up the breach, there's another angle to hold on. Dangers of having these head holes though, obviously you're more exposed if you're playing deeper in the R6 room, which this position here between these doors and on this bench is also a power position, so it does expose this person a little bit more, but it does allow you to get a second or a third angle onto any breach run-ins. With these head holes though, if you can make it past this door, you can also play tucked here and a bit more safe, but you are very exposed to this Mez door. So in R6 room, we have this double reinforced into storage. We don't want to worry about extra angles into sight. This short hallway here is very easy to get across on, particularly if someone's playing tucked here or they're playing on the head holes in master side and someone's playing deep here in R6 room. You can just wait for people to walk in, have Malusi gadgets, Goyo canisters, Fenrir dreads, all sorts of util on this door, which if this is mute jammed or bandit tricked as well, it's going to be very difficult for the attacking team to get through. These boost angles very strong as well on this door. This is a very nasty angle holding this door. You can go from all different angles or just wait for them to walk in a little more and pop up and shoot them. Through the server side, I have a vault rotate on this right side here, reinforcement on the left, and a crouch rotate on this side to the left side of this soft wall. This reinforcement just allows a bit more security and protection in this room. You can also put a mirror on this reinforcement as well and then swing out just holding that door. Once again, another angle on this doorway. But if they open up this double wall as well, you have a little bit of extra information But then also a little bit of extra protection, getting a different angle, maybe going for a weird C4, seeing if they're planting in the corner behind this black wall here. With this rotate on the left side, it also means you can play tucked on the wall without getting exposed to anything on that balcony wall or the mask side here. With the crouch as well, it means you're a bit more protected with this little shelf, which is protecting you from walking in. But as we come over here to display, we've got some head holes here, which facing this way, we get an angle directly onto that office wall, and you've got double protection from these benches here as well. Dangers of this is if someone manages to sneak behind the master desk, you can have quite a nasty angle and a nasty time trying to get an angle onto that. So this setup here, once again protecting anyone playing deep server side from anyone jumping in display window. You also just get a closer angle onto the display jump-in. And if we come back on this side here, we get an angle into the bathroom door. So if anyone jumps in here, we have a little bit more protection. And we can play off this pillar as well, playing tucked a bit more so you're not exposed to the display window. So server side would be the 4th power position. I would highly recommend. A lot of different angles you can cover, but you're also mainly covering the back side of the site. And then finally we have reinforcement on the bathroom wall and feet holes on the right side of this bathroom double. If someone is on that bathroom window here, they can get an angle onto anyone playing on this Mez 90, so anyone potentially helping out this long angle into obs, but then also holding server side, the display hall. If this gets shot open, it just makes it much more difficult for any defenders to be able to rotate back and forth here. With these feet holes, it means if a defender is playing on the stairs, you have a little bit more control of bathroom and any jump-ins here. The negatives of these feet holes, of course, is if an attacker walks up the main stairs and gets control. But as we see, it is all blocked off, so they only have an extra bathroom side control. So someone playing on these Mez stairs slash this Mez short side would be considered the 5th power position of this site. As I mentioned before, there are 5 power positions. You don't need all 5 members to play here, particularly, for example, if someone is playing up here in obs and then they start getting aggressive, taking obs control. And if this player can run back into master or come back to the deep side of Mez, they can take up those other 2 power positions, making sure they can't just get for easy access into site. So that is my basic setup for top floor Lair, master office and R6 room. If you guys have any questions or other recommendations for setup, please chuck it in the comments. Otherwise, good luck with the grind and share this with your friends so you can test it out in ranked for yourselves.